It's time for Six Figure Trucking Period 33. Let's look at my compensation as a W-2 company driver. First, we're going to talk about the logs for the week. I was paid for 3,073 dispatch miles. I had 3,787 logged miles. My utilization this week was 109%. The day in green, I was on home time. My unedited pay statement for period 33 of 2024. This includes all trips from August 4th to August 11th. The first trip this week started in Carnesville, Georgia, and ended at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal. It had stops in Orlando and Lee, Florida. It paid $1,049 for 1,566 miles. The second trip this week started at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal and ended in Laredo, Texas. It had stops in Waco and San Antonio. It paid $1,073 for 1,496 miles. The third trip this week started and ended in Laredo, Texas, and was paid $7 for 11 miles. Empty miles paid $143. Securement paid $37. Loaded miles paid $1,826, and stops paid $120. Total earnings this week was $2,128. We keep hearing that across the industry, drivers are getting less miles and making less money. I'm one that believes in hard numbers rather than anecdotal information. Here's a comparison of my miles and compensation up to this week over the last few years. 33 weeks into the year, my gross income is $67,485, and I've driven 87,160 miles. This averages out to $2,045 per week and 2,641 miles per week. Estimating that out over a year, I'm on track to earn $106,340 for 137,343 miles. Through week 33 of 2024, I've been loaded 91% of the miles, and 14% have been hazmat placarded miles. This is a map of the miles per state year-to-date in which I've driven. This week, no new states were added to the map. Here's the home time that I've taken this payroll year. I've been on home time 14 times so far this year, totaling 45 days through the end of period 34. I've also had 16 paid 34-hour resets on the road. I'm not paid hourly, but let's calculate this like an hourly job. For the week, my gross pay was $2,128 for 67 hours of work. If we break it down to a typical hourly job, it could be 40 regular hours and 27 hours of overtime, resulting in an effective pay rate of $26.48 per hour. However, as straight time, it'd be $31.80 per hour. Year to date, I've earned $67,485 for 1,764 hours worked. Out of those hours, 1,303 would be regular time and 462 would be overtime. If we calculate it weekly with overtime, the effective pay rate is about $33.82 per hour. However, as straight time, it's approximately $38.25 per hour. Taking a look at the if only truck drivers were paid for every hour in the truck calculation page. 33 weeks gone by so far, that totals 5,544 hours. I've been at home 1,090 of these hours. That works out to 4,454 hours from the pre-trip leaving home to the post-trip returning home. My compensation through week 33 is $67,485. That works out to $15.15 per hour away from home. And that's every hour, whether I'm sleeping, eating, lounging, driving the truck, whatever. As always, make sure you're enjoying every day at work.